Hello learners, welcome to One-to-One Teaching. In this particular video, we'll talk about passing structures to functions. So we know that function is a block of code that performs any special type of task. And functions make our job a lot more easier. Like for example, if I'm going to write a program which calculates the area of a circle, I could write it directly in the main. Or what I could do is I could make a function which specifically calculates the area of the circle. I could return a value to main and I'm going to print the result accordingly. So function is nothing but it is like a black box which takes some data from the main and it is going to return a value. So function is a very important concept in programming and so are structures. Even in structures, we are dealing with heterogeneous data types, which makes them so important. So, in order that structures are fully useful, there should be a mechanism through which we could pass structures to functions. And this is done in three different ways. We could pass individual members of a structure to functions. We could pass the entire structure to the function, or we could pass the address of the structure. In this particular video, we are going to talk about the first two, passing individual members of the structure and passing the entire structure to the function. So, coming to this block of code, in this particular program, what we are doing is we are simply displaying the x and the y coordinates of a point. We know that a point is going to have an x coordinate and a y coordinate, so we have defined the structure accordingly. And then we have defined a function which is going to take two um, two variables, integer type variables, and they are going to print them. So one thing we can notice here that this is the called program. Here the called program, it has no idea whether this variable, the variables used over here, they are ordinary variables or they are structured members. What we are doing is when we come to this main portion, then we are declaring a structure type variable p1. We are passing, we are declaring, we are initializing it with the values 1 and 2, 1 for the x part, 2 for the y part, and then we are accessing the individual members using the dot operator. So this is quite simple and quite easy. What we are doing is here this call function has no idea whether the variable is an ordinary one or the structured member. We simply use this dot operator to access the individual members. Now, we could also do it in a separate way. We could pass the entire structure as the function argument, what we have done over here. So A is a structure type variable of this particular structure type variable. We have already discussed the concept of type def in a previous video. Please check them out for having a much better basic knowledge about structures. So what we are doing is, as when this structure is passed as an argument, it is generally passed using the call by value method. A copy of each member of the structure is made over here. And then what we do, then we are using the dot operator to access each member of the structure, to access the x part and the y part. And here when we are displaying, we simply give the structure type variable and it gets displayed accordingly. So it depends, like it is situation dependent, because at times we will want a structure to receive a structure, but it will return nothing. Like in this particular program, it is just printing the values. So this is mainly done by the call by value method. What happens is when we pass the entire structure to this particular function, a copy of each member is made. Now, we can have this concept cleared with the help of this program. This particular program is used to add and subtract to distance. The distance would be in kilometers and meter format, like 5 kilometers, 2 meters, and so on. So here in this case, what we see is we have also defined a function which is going to return a structure type variable only. It is not going to return any particular data, any integer or float value. It is going to return a distance type variable. Okay, so let's see what happens. We have defined a structure over here. It is going to have two parts, the kilometer and the meter portion. And we are going to add the distances. So the sum which will be returned will also have a kilometer part and a meter part. And that is the very reason what we are returning, our return type is of the structure type, which we have just declared. So we have used the data type, the structure type, distance over here. So, and we have defined some global variables of the same structure type, D1, D2, the two distances, sum to store the sum of the two distances and difference to store the difference of the two distances. Now, and we have written the program accordingly. We have used switch case and we have given a choice for the programmer. And then what we have done, we have simply added the two distances. We have added the meter part first, then the kilometer part. And we are also putting a checking constraint over here as we do while adding distances. So whatever it is, whatever we are returning the sum, the addition of two distances. So it is going to have a kilometer portion and a meter portion. So whatever is getting returned, this is a structure type variable only, the structure which we have defined, that is the having a kilometer portion and the meter portion. An important part is if the called function, here sum is being called in main, we are going to see that. So if the called function is returning a copy of the entire structure, then it must be declared as struct followed by the structure name. If I wouldn't have used typedef over here, I would have had to write the struct keyword followed by the structure name. But since I have used typedef, I'm simply writing distance. Otherwise, I had to write struct distance, so on and so forth. Next, the structure variable which is used as a parameter in the function declaration. So this must be the same as that of the actual argument in the called function. Definitely that is what we are doing. So whatever argument we are passing in the called function, it is also of distance type, of this structure type. That is having two parts, a kilometer portion and a meter portion. And whatever happens, whenever this function is going to return a structure, this function is going to return a structure. When we are adding, it is going to return sum. When we are subtracting, it is going to return the difference. What we need to take care is in the calling function, that is main. So the return structure, here the return structure is sum, and here the return structure is difference. So it should be assigned to a structure variable of the same type. Let's see if we have done that here or not. We are assigning, we are going to, using this, we are going to return a structure type variable, which is going to have a kilometer part and a meter part after correspondingly adding the two distances. So whatever variable we are getting, that also has to be of that structure type. Now let's see, have we defined sum as the structure type? Yes, we have. So we have to take care of certain things. Otherwise, this concept of passing the entire structure to the functions, or a scenario in which function returns the structure type variable, it is very easy. You just need to take care of certain things, that whichever value we are assigning that result to, whatever that called function is returning, that also has to be of a similar type. That is also what we do even when we are using normal data types. So that was about passing structures to functions using individual members by accessing the individual members, and also through passing the entire structure to the function. Stay tuned for the next video, and please do not forget to check out the other videos, other playlists of our channel as well. And if you like this video, please give a like, thumbs up, and stay tuned with all of us. Bye bye.